Boys, we're back. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this as quick and as painless as possible, and cut to the chase. The road to get here was certainly not as painless and as efficient as I hoped it would be, but we got here. So just to give you a little bit of context, today we're gonna do a review of Doom: The Dark Ages. A viewer of mine last week put me to a little bit of a challenge. He said that I would never, one, be able to beat Doom: The Dark Ages on Nightmare mode, but I said, bet, and I'll do you one better. I'll beat the whole game in one sitting without even going to bed, without even stopping the stream. So, he said, yeah, you're crazy. It's never gonna happen. And little did he know that, gamer sweat and stubbornness and determination is quite the cocktail, quite the intoxicating cocktail that the common gamer is very privy of. And, well, we did it. So, Friday night, I started stream 8 p.m. EST, and we ended on Sunday morning at 3 a.m. With the end credits. And so now I come to you with very clear knowledge of what I'm talking about, as it's not only fresh in my mind, but fresh in my fingers and in my biceps and my delts, and I was hunched back like an old witch brewing a mean stew for like 30 hours. So now let's get into the game. Doom: The Dark Ages is the third game in that reimagined Doom franchise. It's a prequel, and it's the most cinematic, story-driven, story-forward Doom to date, and that is in and of itself a breath of fresh air. It felt very, very more lived in, and I understood a lot more the goals and the aspirations of every characters, and why their motivations and why they were going places and what they were doing. It was a lot more fleshed out and a lot better, and felt uh, a lot more nicer to play. And so now, is it a better Doom than all the Dooms that came before? Well, the answer is no. It's just not. It's not a bad Doom at all. It's not a bad game. I thought it was gonna be a little bit of a train wreck, but it's not. I looked at the game maybe 20, 30 minutes as the early access came out before the full formal release on Game Pass, and I thought to myself, "Ooh, this looks rough." And I'm happy to report that when you're in it, when you're playing it, it feels good. It's a lot more muted in terms of action and purpose of each and every weapon than other Dooms that came before. I did the whole game, with pretty much the super shotgun. I never needed really to switch weaponry ever. The shield, the parry system in the shield really pulls back on the action. So if you're a fan of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal for the oppression, the aggressivity, the meaningless, and the pure beatdown that the game throws at you, you're not gonna find this here. You're still gonna find a fair bit of pressure. You're still gonna find some tough encounters, but by and large, the parry makes the game the most accessible Doom to date for a newcomer, let's say. It gives you a lot of outs, a lot of options when it comes to approaching a fight, but it slows everything down. And so I would say, and there's also segments that are very tacky that I thought they're not long segments. There's a segment, there are a couple missions where you are basically in a Pacific Rim kind of robot dishing wallops. It's cool for like 15 minutes, and then it gets really repetitive and old, very quick. And so there's like three missions like that, two, three missions like that. It's redundant and they're short missions though, so they're kind of unfun and they kind of break the action. Um, Clean, and not very enticing or appealing, but they're short missions. There's also a mission where you get to fly a kind of wyvern, the futuristic wyvern dragon type thing, and it's not good. It's not great. It's very bare bones, very simple. Like for a couple minutes there, it's kind of cool, and then it gets really old, the same as with the robot. Um, Also, the map is a mess in those missions. Like, if you're secret hunting for, I was secret hunting for most of that stream, 30 hour, and I just at the last mission I snapped and I said, "Fuck that." The map was the biggest so far, or almost the biggest so far, and I said, "No, I'm not doing this." At 30 hour mark, said I'm going to the end, and so I bolted. And but the map in the dragon missions is a mess, and it usually in any mission you'll see where every kind of secret are, so you'll know in advance that there's something there for you to figure out how to get there. But in the flying missions, there's secret landing spots that you need to find, and they are not explicitly shown by any measure. So it's on you to find them if you're lucky enough to go there, which sucks. So, yeah, and the game and the soundtrack. Okay, so the game is beautiful to look at, although a lot of crashes. I crashed for the first 8 hours. I crashed maybe 13 times, and then after that, I remembered that there was an option in the graphics option that completely wrecks you if it wrecks your encoder if you're streaming. It requires way too much out of your encoder. It says that it's gonna help with the frame rate. I took it off, and it didn't move the frame rate at all. Negatively, it didn't negatively impact the frame rate. So that's good. But that option in and of itself wrecked the first 8 hours of my run. After removing that option, I crashed once. So for like the forward 22 hours after that, I crashed once. So that was great. After that, I was good. But yeah, the first 13 crashes were atrocious. So yeah, so the game is good. It plays well. The graphics are very nice. The action is really good, but it's a lot more muted. There's not a sense of purpose for every gun like there was in Eternal, for instance. Eternal, every gun had the use case, pretty much every encounter. Here, no. You can coast through with using one gun. The gun of your choice for me, as I said, I don't know if I said that. It was a super shotgun. And I blasted all the way through with that, mostly for the most part. And yeah, so, and you won't need to find every secret and every gold piece and every material out there for you to be able to upgrade your character to the max. So if there's missions that are more annoying to you, I'd say you can pretty much scoot on by and skip them and go to the main objectives, towards the main objectives as quickly as you can. I like for the last two missions of the game, I barely did any secret farming, and I got everything upgraded, and I still had mats. Like the red gems, and there's a purple. I called it the butt plug, but a purple thing. I forgot the name. You don't need all of them to upgrade everything, so that's good. And there's a lot here to see for completionists and achievement hunters. I mean, after 30 hours, I maybe would have needed 4 hours to finish 100%ing everything. So it's a good beefy single player Doom game. It's just not the best game. The best Doom game. The soundtrack is so bland, so boring, so soulless and impersonal. Compared to Mick Gordon, it's pure ass. It's ass juice, honestly. It's there. It's serviceable. It's not gonna win any awards. So I'm gonna say this: the game is the best entry for a newcomer to the franchise because it's gonna ease you in a way that will prepare you to real punishment with the past two Dooms, if you're so inclined to go back to those Dooms. But it is not as action packed as I would have hoped. And so yeah, so I think that the game will pretty much be ignored at the Game Awards this year. It was slated to be, we had big expectations and we thought it would pretty much go at the Game Awards with a potential Game of the Year winner on its end. It's not. I don't. If it wins anything, it's gonna be accessibility. The accessibility award. There's a lot of customization you can do to change your HUD to make it more palatable, colorblind mode, and all that jazz, all that good stuff. And there's a lot. There's a lot of tinkering you can do, and so I think that will be a contender for that award. Anything else, you can forget about it. It's not. It's a good game. It's not a great game. And so I would say, is it a buy? If you love Doom, yeah, buy it. No problem. You'll have a good solid 30 hours, 35 hours of content out of it. And good, it's gonna, scratch that itch. Even better, take a month of Game Pass, beat it to a pulp, be done with it, never look at it again. Otherwise, wait for a sale. That's what I'd say. If I don't like to give ratings out of 10, but I'd say if I'm to give it a rating, I would say it's 7.5 to an 8. It works. It's good. It's not an IGN 8 because an IGN 8 is like a 5.5. I'd say it's a solid 7.5 to an 8. It does a lot of the things right. Aside, they screwed up Mick Gordon and now the soundtrack is ass. But it is what it is, right? Otherwise, they did a good job. They did a good job. They just didn't do a great job at it. And that's it, boys. So 30 hours. I managed to get some beauty sleep. And now, well, we're here. So I hope this was a use. The VOD is up. If you want to see the VOD, it's up on Twitch. And it was a trip. It was a trek. So if that's something that you're interested in, go look at it. And yeah, so that's it for Doom the Dark Ages. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!